This is my new tiny home. I'm going to replace my let's just turn it back on. Turn all this back on. Well, let's go over here. I'm getting ready to build my new little house, and this is kind of a fashioned after a mid-century modern house design that I love. Uh, the style I love. So let me turn all that back off. Let me turn this. Let me get this. Turn this stuff back off. Turn this stuff back off. Scheme. Turn the roof off. Turn the sheeting off. Turn the cladding off. There we go. Because what I want to do is just, and then turn the doors off. Turn the doors off. There we go. Turn the trim off. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Um, what I was wanting to do is, I'm getting ready to build this thing, and I'm getting ready to pour the slab. And in the next couple of weeks, actually, and I need to get going on the material list for this thing. So the best way to do that is to just draw it, and loud and clear now. Great. Hey, Gary. Man, that's frustrating. I had so many wise things to say, and the sound was off. Oh, me. So I think I can convert this wall to a gable wall, a gable end wall. Let's see. Yeah, gable end. And what that allows you to do is put the pitch. Now, this is a mid-century modern cabin, so I got to have a low pitch roof. And so we'll just see what that looks like. That a baby. Is that the center? What is that? Oh, I see what happened. The one on the right was based on 109. Yeah, update. What is going on? The dang, the dang skeeters are getting into my tiny cabin, and they're getting fried in the buck fryer. I've never had one last that long though. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I wondered why the gable was not in the middle. What's that right there? Oh, that's the wall label. Let me turn these. They kind of. Ooh, it's starting to stink. Holy cow! Update. Let's close this for a second. I want to turn these wall down these labels off. They kind of drive me crazy. But that's kind of handy, honestly, on this wall extension to be able to convert the walls to a gable wall. Because you can see, if I turn on the roof, it's kind of handy. Now, one thing I realized is, yeah, that since we're getting into reality here, it's going to be kind of fun to see how this plays out. Because sometimes when I do it in schematic mode, I get kind of in a hurry. Um, the interesting thing about this wall over here is that it is just if I put a line, it's just going to be a shed wall, right? No, it'll be a gable. It'll be, now how do I offset the, there's a question for Nathan. How do I offset the gable in that? Let's just take this and edit it and see what happens. If we make it wait a minute, there's a diagram. There's a gable wall. Oh, I know what I do. I know what you do. You just make the. No, you don't. Let's see. How would you offset? I'm not sure I can offset the center. Let's see. Maybe I'm just having a brain fart again. It's well, that was a big arse bug. He's still frying over there. Let's see. Look at it. So we want to turn this into a gable wall. A gable. And we want it to be a 212 pitch. Now I don't know how 109. This may be something I have to do by hand. You see, oh man, that is not good. That's the first time that's ever happened during a live stream. Is this thing going? No. Turn that off. Well, we'll see what got saved. I hope a lot. Alright, well, I don't think I lost. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. I remember I had to edit this wall to 5'2". I don't know what that was about. That hasn't happened in a long time. And let's see, this is a inside. Let's see, and be inside corner. And this one is start. Inside corner is right. Is that what that means? Inside corner? I had this fixed, and now this is the start right here. Start, walk, corner. It's an inside corner. That should be pretty straightforward. But the wall looks like it's too long. Why is this one wanting to be too long now? Alright, well, let's take 3.5 inches off this one and see what happens. Edit. Oh, 12 feet? Okay. Both of these are not supposed to be corners. That's what the problem is. Let's see, this starts. I don't want to get hung up on this. I have a feeling that the corner condition is what the problem was all along, and I just haven't had to mess with that in a long time. And that's what it was. Yeah, okay, we're good. Hello, Tennessee Texan. It's going to be built up here on the mountain where my tiny shack is, right next to it. I got a spot cleared, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks my concrete guy's going to start. Hope everyone is having a great day, a great Saturday. Me too. Thank you, Insane Movie Geek. Let me save this right quick because let's see. I had that bug splat, which I haven't had in a long time. That was weird. Alright, so let's go back and make this our gable wall. And I remember, yeah, this one was 109. It's a 9-foot wall, so the total height of a 9-foot wall is 109 and a quarter, or an eighth, because, oops, that's the wrong pitch. It's a 212. Because your studs are 104 and 5/8, and then you add the 4.5 inches for your plates, and you get 109 and an eighth. In reality, it usually ends up being about a quarter because there's crud, there's matter between the plates and the studs, and so anyway, so that is correct. That end is right. And let's turn on the roof for a second. This is the schematic roof. I'm going to actually draw rafters. I'm going to use the extension to draw rafters here in a second. I was kind of hoping to figure out this. I don't think I can offset the center of the wall. Edit wall assembly. So it's a gable end, and it's going to be a 212. And this end is going to be at least this end is going to be 9 foot 2 or 9 foot also 109. But I think what that's going to do is, yeah, it's not going to center. I haven't run into this before. The center of the ridge is going to be, and I've been using his extensions for a long time, years and years. I haven't really ever ran into this need where, let me get rid of that extension line. That right here is the center of the ridge. Let's see if I turn the roof back on, you'll see it's right there. And oh, does that mean if I raise up this, let's see what happens if I raise this up, which it needs to be. So this point right here, the wall needs to go up. If I can get to where I can see all this. Two foot 2 and 13/16. Will just be something hard to remember. Edit gable wall. So on the right, 2 foot 2. Oh, it wants it in. Oh, that's the angle. I'm right here. 2 foot 2 would be. That would be 24. That would be 26 inches. So I'll probably just do this by, let's see, that would be 35, 135, and then 13/16 would have been, that's 1/8. So you might as well say it's 136. We'll just see how that looks. Up. Well, what do you know? I'm a believer. Now let's turn the roof off and find out. I bet you, yeah, I bet you this is going to be 3.5 inches off because, yeah, because of where the wall ends. Yeah. So I can fix that. I'm not going to worry about it now. What I'm mainly trying to do is I want to go around and look at how many like 10-foot studs I need, or I think these right here may have to be 12 footers. Yeah, so I've only got a few where 10 feet won't work. I got quite a few, don't I? Let's see. Well, you probably have to go all the way down to here, won't you? Yeah. Holy cow. Oh, that's 10 foot. 9'6", so 10 footer works. 10 footer works. So anyway, I went to buy some 12 footers, and that was why I'm doing this. But I think what I want to do is do something fun, like put the roof on it, because I'm excited to see how because that'll tell me where these other walls extend up to. Y'all are making me want to save my work every now and then, though. 'Cause after that bug splat, I get kind of nervous, nervous. So the other thing I'm trying to figure out is why this. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to start the roof. Let's see. I want to do the truss, do roof rafters. Yep, gable roof. Okay, and we're going to start here. And I'm just going to move it back after I get it. And then we're going to go all the way over here, because I can just make it longer. And we're going to make the pitch a 212. Huh, it didn't want to go long. I don't be being a roof communist now, Nathan. Why don't you can't do 2 for some reason? I'll fix that. Let's see, rafters are correct. I just want to do rafters for right now. So we're going to put them on 16-inch centers. Yeah, let's just leave them like that for now. And let's see. I do want to put the right overhang on, though. Do I need 2x10s? Yeah, I need 2x10s for my insulation. Let's go back and put a 2-foot overhang, because 12-inch overhangs are girly. And we'll put 24 inches here. And then the roof length, where's the roof length, the overall? Span, here it is. We want to go that's 375 is 3/8, right? 3 divided by 8. Yeah, that's 3/8. So what we want to do is 36. That's in inches. Building length? Oh, feet. Building length. I think what would be easier for me mentally is just to, since that's in feet, is just come over here and run myself a little line. I think that gable wall is making the is keeping the plate from extending out, so I don't have a reference there. But this will fix that. If I can just go back. Truss, roof rafters, gable. Now I've got something. I won't have to worry about how exactly long the roof is. I mean, I actually kind of know it's 36 feet 9, 36 feet 8 inches. So I don't know why I didn't just. But it's in decimals, so I'd have to do 8 divided by, yeah, 916. That's right, 8 inches. 8 divided by 12. 8 divided by 12. 8 divided by 12 is 8 divided by 12. I don't really like the iPhone. Right, so 9 1/4. Oh, let's just go ahead and fix our overhangs while we're here. 24, 24. Okay. Like 16-inch centers. Okay. There we go. And then I gotta put 24 inches overhang on the end. Update. That was spacing. Shoot. 16. I guess I gotta do advanced options just to get the, yeah. And let's turn the sheeting off for a second. Oh yeah, I gotta put all these roof layers in here. There we go, that's why. There we go. Now I hope I can change this to a 212 because I'm going to be kind of mad if I can't. I don't want anybody telling me I can't have a 212 pitch because I know I can. There we go. My solar panels popped up all of a sudden. That's funny. They're not high enough though, are they? I'm going to turn them off. What is that? They should be, oh, they're down here for now. Alright. I wonder if we can, probably low slope, let's see, Southern Pine span tables. Go to rafters. Let's go to 2010. Have a minimum. And what's our span? Should be 18 feet. What is this? 36 feet. Yeah, so 18 feet is our span. And if we go to 2x10s, we can go, shoot. Not, I can't go to 24 on 24-inch centers. You can only go, looks like 16 feet. I could go 19.2. That might be kind of cool. I've used that. I used that spacing before. It's kind of cool. It's 19.2. Well, we'll decide on that when I get closer. But I don't think well, it's a low slope roof too. I think I'll probably leave it at 16. Try to figure out a way to save money, man. Can't blame me for that. Now let's turn off this soffit. First, that soffit is going to be a sloping soffit. So down here we can go to, I don't know, some of these things are in different places. Soffit cut. Where is it? Fascia. Oh, box. Here it is. Angled. Update. There we go. Yeah, that's how we get our rafter cut, is we say it's angled. And what that does is it makes it the same as the, yeah, that works. And then I can turn it off, and then it'll give us an idea of what it's going to look like. Oops, off it without the, it'll be our rafter, the way our tails are cut. Now this is kind of a pain, but I've done it before. It's not that bad. Once you just kind of get set up, you got to get a rafter pattern. This seat cut should be 3.5 inches on that. Looks like it's set to a 2x6 wall. Where is it? Yeah, bird's mouth cut should be 3.5. Update. There we go. That matters because if you're putting a ceiling material on, you want that slope to end at the wall. You don't want it to end back here somewhere. What I'm going to have too is I'm actually going to do a beam, a ridge beam. Let's see, where is it? Scheme. It'll be this thing right here. And so I won't really need that. Ridge board there. The rafters will just butt into each other. So that's pretty cool. What I was trying to do is figure out where, yeah, like where these walls, how tall these walls needed to be. Because I know what Paco's going to say, my framer. He's going to be like, that's too much trouble. I just want to. And so, technically, if these, well, let's see too. These rafters extend out to here. Let's see maybe in their comments. Everybody gave up on me when my computer crashed. Speaking of that, I better save what I got here. But these rafters out here will extend. What reminded me was these were not sitting on anything. They will extend out to the beam, the porch beam, which is going to be kind of cool. I need to separate the beam. I want to put this. Oh yeah, and this extends out too. So at some point I'm going to have to explode my roof assembly, which I'm not looking forward to. But anyway, I want to separate these beams out. I'm just going to put them in an untagged layer for right now. And I can turn the schema off. And then I'll probably have to go in and just let me fix these barge hangers before I do that, before I explode it. What am I doing here? Edit rafters. What I want to do is make them structural. And then that's correct. Lookers at peak. No, they don't need to be that close together either. They can be like on I think Paco puts them at 48 inches on center. Okay. Okay. I forgot what that said. Custom. This needs to say custom. Update. There we go. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and explode it because why wouldn't I do that? Why am I worried about? I'm not that worried. So yeah, I can always recreate it. So I'm just going to go ahead and explode it because there's too much custom stuff going on here. So what I want to do is explode this where now I can, is that an edit component? Yeah. So what I can do now though, see, is I can take, how many are these rafters? Well, shoot. I can take this one and make these unique, and what that'll do is, oops, I forgot he makes these in bays. I need to get to where I can grab these quicker. Oh, it's a group. See, I disagree with the way he does that, to be honest with you. These should be components by themselves. They shouldn't just be groups. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to make one of these a component, and I have to get rid of the rest of them. These rafters should be they should all be just a component. On a gable roof like this, he should pick one rafter and make it a component because all the rafters are common. But what he did was he made a bent. He made a bay of rafters a component, and so now I got to get rid of these. Is that my component? Yeah. Alright, so now what I need to do is have this thing extend out to the beam. And I'm just going to use this. This will tell me if I've got my beam at the right height or not. No, that's good. I can raise it up though. That's good. Which I was wanting to do. Is it on the line? Yep. Not good. It's probably because the only thing I'm seeing here though is that this bird's mouth is kind of shallow. I may need to lower it back. I may need to leave it where it is and just lower this whole roof thing down. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna change that. What is this tagged? If I say select all the same tag, Oh, good Lord. How does that work? Oh, it's untagged. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. This should be, yeah. Trying to think of the easiest way to grab all this. And just unselect this. What I want to do is lower this. To there and see how much it gets my burst mouth fixed. And so how did that happen? I scoot the wall for some reason. That's weird. I'm wondering why this plumb cut here is not. I wonder if my wall is straight. No, looks straight to me. Except that this end. Oh look, darn it! What is going on? Somehow my wall is not straight. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Let's get rid of this one. So that is the outside of the wall. And something, this wall is not where it's supposed to be. Well, looks like I have some issues I need to fix. And anyway, it's funny when you start getting into the actual framing, this kind of stuff will pop its head up. But what I'll do is I wonder if I move the wall around, what if I rotate it, what it would do? Would it act right? If I take this. And I wonder why. I wonder if I regenerate this wall now, if it'll. This wall is supposed to be, this one is supposed to be 2 feet long. Let's see what it says. 24.5. Yep. Well, at least that was easy to fix. I was afraid it was going to be something weird. Yeah, that fixed it. Except that, why is that off a little? That's weird. What I was worried, oh, what I was worried about was that my plan was wacko. But I think when I was just pulling the walls around, yeah, when I was pulling the walls around, I must have messed that up. So good. Now this wall, what's funny is this wall, this little short wall, actually goes all the way through, and it is actually just like this wall. Yeah, what about that? I could literally copy this wall over there, but I don't want to do that because when you copy these walls that you created with the extension, they don't like it. That's my experience anyway. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hit the save button here. Let's see. If I edit this wall, how long is it? Not regen. I mean to say edit. It is 35 feet 11, which is correct. So I should theoretically be able to turn this one into edit wall assembly. 35 feet 11. Where did it go? 35 feet 11 inches. And I should be able to turn it into a gable and make this 109. Make this 2. And update. And boom. So that means I should be able to move it back this way. How many feet? 34 feet. Should be right there, shouldn't it? Now if I regenerate this wall, it should act right. What did it do? What did it do? It's not recognizing it, is it? Let's see what this says. Edit wall. Let's see, the start condition would be, oh, a T corner. I saw something change. It's probably just weird because of because this is a gable wall type and it's not wanting to play perfectly right. But the interesting thing about this is that's going to give me this wall height right here. Yeah, so that means this wall height is going to be this many inches. 3 7/16. And that should be easy because Paco can just, what I can do is I can edit this, and I wonder if I just add. No, I can't just add plates because that'll just make the stud shorter. What I'll have to do is just make the wall taller. In real life, what he'll do is he'll just probably he'll stack up two more 2x4s just to keep from having to pre-cut the studs at a different length to cut. That way we can just could even add a bottom plate and a top plate just to add 3 inches, and then you could put OSB 3 7/16. You could rip down some OSB and put it between the two top plates, and that would make it just right. But the height's going to be 112, and let's see, that would be 5/8. That would be 625. There we go. Alright. So we're getting somewhere now. Mainly, I'm not trying to make this perfect. I would like for it to be perfect, but I'm mainly trying to figure out my stud material because I know I've got all these custom walls, and I do want these to be. I think Paco's going to try to talk me into just building these out of all 9-foot studs, and he might do it. But the thing about it is, I don't like the fact that I'm not going to like how if you did that, the wall that you would build would be this little short triangular wall, and then you'd have a hinge condition in the wall right there. I'd rather the studs just come all the way up. So the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to get this so perfect that I can just give him the length of each of these studs. And it might be that me and Barrett just go out and cut the studs the day before and stack them up in order or something. I don't want to make my good friend Paco mad at me. Paco's good. He's good. Now this wall would be this height right here. This wall would go to there, so we'd have to add 26 7/8 to this wall. Let's see if we can do the math really quick on that one. Wall height, that would be 35. And what did I say? Oh, I said before it was 36. Yeah, 136. By the time you add yeah, that looks good. And then this wall would turn into a shed. What was the height of this wall? And it's not like this is a 10,000 square foot house where you got to worry about building a bunch of custom walls. 9'4" and 5/8. Let's just see what that is. That would be 113.625. Is that what it was? 112.625. 9'4" is 108 and 4. Yeah, 112 and 625. So then what you do is we could convert this to a shed wall. Shed, and we can go 212, and the lower wall height is that 112, and left is I've got to change the direction to right. There we go. I forgot what this was. 112.625. 112.625. You see though, it's kind of cool because now I can just go around and see how many 12-foot 2x4s I gotta have, how many 10-foot 2x4, how many 9-foot studs. So what's funny is the only 9-foot studs, well, I can get by with these, that wall, and this wall back here. But the rest are going to be some either 10 or 12 foot. I really don't want to make this lower wall 8 foot back here. Oh, I know why, because I want a, let's do that. I want to put an 8-foot garage door in here. So let's do a garage door. And we shall do it, width is, that's right, 120 by 96. I like 8-foot tall doors. 96. And the garage header is going to be 2 9¼ LVLs. Where am I? My eyes are going bad on me. 1¾ right here. There we go. Update. And let's see what that does. We'll have two trimmers on each side. Now let's see if I can find the center of the, there we go. See how that worked out up here. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll raise that header up. That's odd. What did it make this? Should be 8'1", so let's go fix that to begin with. Let's see here. Wall, edit opening. Rough opening 1. There we go. That should pretty much get it. What we'll do is we'll just raise it up to that top, the bottom of the top plate. That's how we would normally frame that. And since you've got LVLs up here, it'll easily span that 10 feet. Yeah. And what I normally do is make the reason I add that inch is because it doesn't take away from your garage door height. That gives you an inch. Then I use this 1-inch thick Hardy to make the jamb, and that makes the clear opening 10 feet. You don't lose anything. So I always add an inch to my garage door openings. Let's see. And I add 2 to the sides. Edit. So this should be 10'2", 122. There we go. And then on each side of that, I'm going to have these windows. Let's see. Let's turn on the wall scheme for a second. What have I got them? Got them as 22 feet by 6 feet. Yeah, 2 feet by 6 feet. Turn that back off. And let's see what that's going to look like. Wall, window, 24 by 72. I'll have to adjust the now what I'll do is this header will end up going all the way across. The garage door header will. As a matter of fact, I'll probably fix that. And the door height is 97. I mean, the header height is going to be 97. Update. Let's just see if we can just slide it in there the way it's supposed to go. I gotta get it over here. Just gonna guess it first. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna have it to where the jack will go right beside the king stud. So where are we? So we can move this over inch and a half. When you do that, you grab this, you go to move opening, do that and go 1.5. Did it move? Don't think so. You gotta go minus 1.5 to move it the other way. I forgot which way I had to go. Grab it and go minus 1.5. Yeah. I think that's how, because what I want to do, I'm trying to get to where I can just do this thing where I just have like one piece of trim, and because if I turn on the door, you can see I just want to have one piece of trim that goes all the way down like that. So I'm going to put the window beside the framing. Like I said, I'll put the jack. UFO Las Vegas update. The plot thickens. Why am I getting a text about? Who is that from? I don't even know. Somebody got my number, man. Anyway, you can see that's kind of the look I'll have there, and I'm not sure if I can get it, but what I want to do here is turn off the scheme. I just want to see the framing for right now, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn the door off, and I'm going to turn the windows off, because what will happen is this, and I know how I can fix this. This got me interested. Is that you, Warsaw? Is that you texting me? That's funny. I'm doing a live stream, boy. So one thing you can do is you can make this door have portal framing. And let's see, I think if I turn on the advanced, where's portal framing? There it is, portal framing, yes. And then, let's update that. And then you can tell it how far to go. Like I can say go 20, what would that be? Let's see, I gotta go 20, at least 29, maybe 32 inches, because I got to get past the framing. See, did I get lucky? Yeah, but in any event, this well, okay, that won't work because it's gonna put framing into my window opening. But in real life, I'm not worried about this much detail on the garage door header. I'm not worried about that because all I'm trying to do is get it close enough where I can, figure my framing on all that, and just, have a visual aid when I'm starting to figure my headers and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, but I'll be able to sit out here on my porch. The way this is going to work is we go back over here and we close this out. We turn the walls back on. Roof schema. Well, not roof, sorry. Wall schema. I'll be able to sit right here in my little work area and look out the window and look for UFOs. No, I want to be. I got a few little raccoons who hang around. I actually made the mistake of starting to give them apples at night, and kind of hoping I'm kind of wanting to get them to where they'll come around during the day, but they don't like. They like hiding out during the day. But anyway, the way this is going to work is you'll come in the door. There'll be a living area here, and it just occurred to me I need to fix this. The plan looks like I wanted to make the interior living area bigger. You know, I made that 4'6" instead of 5 feet. So, I mean, the living area is not that important to me, but if I ever want to sell this place, I gotta have at least, you know, one real bedroom and you know, a decent little U-shaped kitchen, and of course the door to the shop will go in right there, and the fireplace is going to be cool. It's going to be to where I can load it from the shop and you know, run a fire in there. Most likely the truck won't be sitting there when that happens, but well, it'll have the screen on it. But I'm actually going to make this. I'm going to pour. It's not going to be like this necessarily. I'm going to have a box, let's just pull this out. That's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't want that to be part of that. So I want this to come out here for a second. Let's go 40 feet. That way I can send it back. And so I'm going to pour this out of concrete. This is 4 inches. Yeah, I'm going to make this 4 inches. This is going to be awesome. I've already started thinking about how to build this, and I hadn't even started the house yet. I miss a fireplace, especially this tiny shack. I mean, it's easy to keep warm, but it's just the atmosphere you get. I feel like, you know, I don't really need a fireplace. But why is that? What's that thing right there? Oh well, I ain't gonna worry about it. Unless it gets them on. Oh, that's what it was. Some goofy part of that wall. And then this will be 4 inches. I've already researched how to do this too. There's a termination piece. That'll be like, that's basically what it is, and this will have in the middle it'll be like a 12-inch opening. 10 or 12. I think it depends on what size. I think I can get by. Ooh, that's the should be 5. Yeah. Yeah, but I've already researched this. I can buy it's a termination piece. What did I do with that? I had it somewhere. I thought I saved a link. man, what was it called? It was called a double wall flue uh, support base or something like that. I'm getting there. Yeah, here we go. It's this thing right here. That's not for a double wall. Let's see. It's this thing right here. And it was made so you could put it on top of a masonry fireplace. Here it is. This thing right here. They even showed a picture of it going on top. Of course, they're not going to show. I won't be able to find it now. But anyway, it's a piece you can convert your masonry fireplace into something that will accept a double wall flue. So it's an adapter. I don't know. You're not going to believe me unless I find it. It's going to be the last picture on the internet. Anyway, I hate that when I can't find exactly. They actually sit. See that they actually sit on these fireplaces too. You know, these kind of very expensive fireplaces. I've actually installed these before. These concrete. It's actually what gave me the idea of pouring my own. Is those adapters go on top of these concrete and these other masonry fireplaces, and it allows you to start off with your double wall pipe. Really is all it does. So anyway, there'll be a hole there like that, and then what I'll do, if you think about it, I'll weld a frame and then just put the sliding. You can buy that fabric, that screen fabric, and you can make little doors. You know that I'll probably buy glass doors to go on the shop side, just to keep the heat from going in there while I'm wanting to go in my living room. But then I can't decide whether I'm going to pour this in there to begin with, but it'll have it's going to be pretty heavy, so what I probably need is like a 6-inch, probably maybe not that wide. Yeah, I don't think I have to go that wide, but probably, what is this, 24 inches or something. It'll have a little wall to support it. Oops. It'll have a little wall to support it like that, and then the walls around it, the walls will be built around it, and so it'll be pretty cool. Pretty sure it's going to be pretty cool. And if I just make this a group now, my stomach's growling for some reason. I had an apple for lunch. Boy, I'm going to block you. Oh, that's Ray. Can you check next week on that window? Yes. So then this will be, oops. This will end up being a little bigger, and then it'll come up, whatever, like that. So then if we just make a group out of all this, make a group, and we make it go back 40 feet, Well, let's see. Let's get rid of this other one first. Let's see. Let's get rid of this one. Well, don't want to get rid of it because I'm gonna have a box coming out of the top because I want that look. So let's just cut it off right here for right now, and we'll get rid of it. What I should have done was left the wall there. Yeah. Should do this and then do this. Do that. Because the wall will have to be built. I'll have to come up with a way to let's see. Let's just bring this up here for right now and get rid of this. Oh, it doesn't matter. And then take this and go back 40. That's why I move it up a specific amount so I can just move it back. See? And what I'll have to do is figure out a way. I'll either put the flue, this is a detail I have to work out. I'll either put the flue on one side of the room or the other, or I'll just go ahead and put it in the middle and come up with a detail where the wall just looks like it goes to the pipe or something like that. See, but isn't that going to be cool? Then this will be down here. Oh, look. I didn't double click enough. And this will be, let's see, concrete. It's going to be awesome, man. This line actually won't be here. And my laptop's about to start on fire. It's so hot. I need to figure out a way to get it heat sinked better. Like that. And if we turn the roof back on, turn the roof back on. I'll have to work out the roof detail because it'll have let's turn this off again. Let's see, I should have left, what I should have done was left this on there, then this comes back. Let's see, and then this comes down. Looks like I got it a little too big, but I can adjust it. Turn the roof back on and then adjust it to fit this. I'm going to make this, I'm going to weld this up and I'll put screen around it. Right. So that'll make it look like a, and I'm going to pour some concrete, probably pour some concrete panels to line that outside with. This may be my last house, so I'm going to make it cool. Maybe killing over after that, after not too long. I don't know. I ain't going to live forever. But I want to have a cool house before, you know, for my last house. Then I can pass it on to the children when I'm gone. So anyway, then I'll be able to sit in my office right here, turn around and look at the fire, or I can turn around and look outside. I'm thinking about putting a little window here. The problem is I'm not going to have much of a place for a library. This is my only, this space. These are bookshelves right here. So it's really not enough room. This is the only depressing thing. I can have shelves above my desk like I have right now. I have shelves right here above my monitor. I got books, my book collections on. My high school, is this the high school one? My building trades textbook is right here. This is literally my textbook from high school, my building trades class, right here. And so I started collecting them because I was going to start giving them to my apprentices. And I found the older version, which was 1978. No, I mean 1967, I think. This is, and the one I had was, the version I had was 1978. And I think, so I'm collecting these textbooks from that same author. And if I ever get Artisan School of Construction and Philosophy going, I've almost got the website finished, but that'll be the textbook we use for the apprentices. Anyway, oops, did I click the wrong button? Let's get rid of this. I didn't mean to turn that on. I meant to go here. So, anyway, I could have just built this thing from the schematic drawings, but like I said, I wanted to have just a little better idea of the materials for this job because wall scheme, because of all these sloped walls, you know, just help me. I don't want to just randomly get 100 12-footers and 150, you know, although that's probably what I'll end up doing. But at least this way I can say, you know, from here, I can pick out these zones. You know, that's what I'll do. When I start estimating this, I'll, you know, there's 10'3". It looks like basically what I'll end up having to do is I may end up figuring 12-footers for these 2-hole walls, 3-hole walls, and because 12-footers are handy, they come in handy for braces. I don't like 16-footers for braces because they're too long. 12-footers are a really good length for braces, so I don't think I can buy 12-footers for this. I mean, I can, but I won't. I don't think I will. But the main thing is too is when I'm going to use this as a guide for cutting these studs, and it doesn't really matter as long as I remain consistent. It doesn't really matter if they're perfect or not. I don't mean to say perfect. As long as and normally what we'll do is we'll figure out, let's see, so we know that the roof pitch is 2 and 12, right? So every 12 horizontal inches it rises 2. But there's also going to be a number, like if we measured this stud, it's 8, 10, and 5/8, and this one's probably going to be 9 foot. Yeah, 9 foot 1 and 5/16. So if you figure out that difference, the difference between those two, well, we can do that easy enough. We can just draw a line from there. Get up there. I'm trying to get in on that short point. And then we just measure. It looks like it's like 3 inches. So 2 and 11/16. Right? So then from that one to here, it's going to be 2 and 11/16. You see, so what you can do is you just if you're the saw man, when I first started on a crew when I was like 18, I graduated school when I was high school when I was 17, so I started a framing crew when I was 18. I would just tell the guys, I would say, what's the first stud dimension? They would tell me, and then I would figure out the difference, and I would just start cutting studs with that, adding 2 and 7/16 or whatever it was to each stud until I got a stack of we just stack them in order. So as long as you keep with that same scheme on all these walls, they'll all line up with each other down through there. And it's a little more time, but the investment in building these walls is gable walls instead of building them straight. And then, because the tendency you have is to do the easy thing first, right? The easy thing would just be to build all these walls 9 foot tall out of 9 foot studs, and then say, oh well, we'll just frame up the little. You're in the long run, you realize you're causing yourself more trouble. And literally, these walls don't have to have 2 top plates. This is what I was going to mention too. You don't have to have. You only need 1 top plate for these non-load bearing walls, and I'll show you why. Where is the top plates? Top plate quantity 1. Update. Because this gets nailed up to the bottom of the house line rafter. Alright, so if we turn on the roof now, roof rafter, roof framing. I'm going blind, I can't see. If we turn, did I turn it off? What did I do? Did I delete the whole thing? It should be under roof, roof framing. What did I do? Oh, okay. So if I turn off this, if I get rid of this for a second, this one, you'll see they got this rafter here is not right. This is we wouldn't use a 2x4 for that rafter. You have a house line rafter that comes over here and sits right there. Actually, it sits out flush. That's why we call it the house line rafter, because it sits flush. And this top plate would come on over. But you see, that top plate gets nailed up to the bottom of the house line rafter. So there's no reason to have 2 top plates there. It's a non-load bearing wall. The load on the roof is on this wall and on this beam, which you just reminded me that we'll have studs under that beam, more than 1, and this beam will come up and sit right under the rafter, just like that. Oops. And then we'll just stack 3 or 4 2x4s under that beam right there, and it'll do the same thing right here on this wall. There'll be 3 or 4 studs under it, and then out here on this other end there'll be studs right under the beam, and that'll be so that's the support system for the roof. These walls are non-load bearing. It's only the walls that your rafters are bearing on are the bearing walls, and then your beam. This is in this case we have a ridge beam, so that beam is carrying the load to each of the points that are supporting it. We won't have this up here. This ridge board won't be there because we won't need it. The rafters will just butt into each other. And the reason I'm doing that is because I like this look of where it sticks out on the end, and the rafters will be the same on the ends. These smaller barge hangers will be the same. They'll be the same as a regular rafter. So they'll sit on that beam too. And I got to get all this stuff perfected, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. What I want to do is I'm kind of doing this in phases. I'm going to pour this slab in the next couple of weeks. That'll be fun. And I got to get the plumbing roughed into the slab, and I'm going to video all this. It'll be a little. I'm going to document the crap out of this house just for the fun of it. I'll probably create a little book about it, and it's going to look better, I think, in real life than in the drawings, which is what you want, obviously. Anyway, I've been going a long time. Let me see if there's any comments or questions. Oh, what do we got here? Tony, when you get a chance, okay. Warsaw. T-Car. Hey, T-Car. Hope y'all are doing good today. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta do something at 3 o'clock, so I have to go. And but I'm gonna be continuing to work on this. I'm excited about. See, I got a lot of work to do on that, but this is my little finished schematic version, and I'm excited. Again, I could just build this from this version, but I really wanted to give Paco, my framer, or me and Barrett may end up framing some of it. You know, have a good guide to go by when we get ready to start framing it, and because of all the different wall heights and stuff. Just to have a little guide to go by. I don't want to do too much thinking. When you start framing, you really just want to frame. You want to do all your thinking before, because I've been there before. I used to go out and set up my my little office on the job, and it would kind of annoy Paco a little bit because I'd be wanting to do some thinking while he would always be like, "Oh no, don't start thinking." And so I want to get all the thinking over with, which is the way it should be before we start framing. And this will be the number of panels I start off with on the roof. I'll just have enough to have a decent battery backup system. Because the power does kind of go off here in the winter. I don't know, it probably went off 2 or 3 times this past winter. You know, for maybe a few hours at a time, but it's kind of annoying. It always seems to be like when I'm trying to work and get something done on the computer, you know, which I have, you know, these laptop batteries. This CAD work, for some reason, just drains laptop batteries like they go dead fast. You got like 2 hours, and it's just died. It's like I can't even put my hand on part of the. I can't even hold my hand on the back part of where the heat sink's supposed to be on this thing. It'll burn your hand. So I don't know. I may have to change laptop companies. This is an MSI Gaming. It's a GE75 Raider. It has the new 3080. It's not new anymore. It has the RTX 3080 in it, and I got that because of the animation I was doing at one time. I was doing animation for this company up in Canada. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to go. Let's see if there's any final comments. I appreciate everybody watching. I wish I had paid more attention to the comments. But I'm going to get ready to do a takeoff on this thing, so I'm going to get busy on that. Anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys watching.